Hi, Sarah with Jane Street Market here. Got my beanie cap on in Oregon. It's a little bit wet out and it's nice and cold. Let's see, it is 39 degrees right now. I am here at the Santiam River, waiting to do something for my job real quick. I write for the local paper, and there is a group of people that come out here every Saturday, apparently, and do a polar plunge. So I am here to take a picture of them being crazy, doing a polar plunge in this cold weather. If it's 39 degrees here, I need to find out how to figure out how cold the water is, but I'm sure it's super duper cold, like below 20 degrees, I'm sure. So I need to figure that out because I want to know how cold this water is. But they're crazy. But they're going to claim that it's health benefits because they come from a fitness club here in town. So maybe there is health reasons for it. I don't know. But they're just living up life, enjoying life. I'm sure it's great for them, but no thanks. Maybe I'll do it as a bucket list someday, but certainly not every week. Anyway, that's what I'm doing right now, and it is April 1st, so you would think it's a joke, but it's not. Anyway, there's people out there that like to be silly. So I wanted to check in with you because I haven't done videos for a while. Well, I have the videos, but the thing is I changed my video editing software, and it was a learning curve. I was like, this is different than what I'm used to seeing. I don't understand how to do the basic functions I want, because I just wanted to be able to do some extra things like put text or images over the video, do some easier, audio manipulation, things like that. So I kind of procrastinated on that because it was a little overwhelming to have to relearn some new video editing techniques. So I'm working on that today. But I wanted to get this video out to you just to let you know I'm still here and I'm still shopping and selling. I am going to head out to Goodwill after this polar plunge because I haven't been to Goodwill in a while. I certainly don't need to buy any more things, but come on, that is the best part of reselling is you get to go shopping. That's so fun. It's like treasure hunting. So I'm going to go do that for fun, but I do actually have a shed full of inventory that I need to get through. It's inventory I bought over the last couple of years with my stimulus money. Most of my stimulus money, not all of it, but a lot of it went to buy an inventory to be able to take up this hobby again. Some of these polar plungers are starting to pull up here. Anyway, so I'll take you with me on the Goodwill run, and then I'm gonna go home and finish some of those editing videos from before, from a while ago, get those uploaded for you. And then I'm going to do some more learning about business. This has just been a busy work. It's not just taking video and then selling things. It's just constantly learning how to improve. So and then on tomorrow, I will probably take photos. I've kind of gotten into this routine where on the weekend I will take a bunch of inventory photos, and then throughout the week, when I get off work every day, I'll list a few every day. That's my general routine right now. So, okay, so I'm going to get out there and take this crazy picture, talk to these people, and maybe I'll figure out with my editing how to throw that picture in here so you can see it. Hopefully I get a good one. I think with the angle, so I'm not going to get the perfect angle that I want, but we'll see. All right, so let's get this done, put up the picture of these polar plungers, and then head to Goodwill. Okay, they did it. It was a good handful of people that came. Some were new first timers to plunging. So Nolan, the guy who does this every week, and he gets his clients to do it with him sometimes, he said that the temperature of the water is, I think he said 49 degrees. So I was wrong. I was thinking it would be like below 20, but I think where I got that number from was because there was a triathlon in the area last year, and they had mentioned that the water was, I think they mentioned the water was like 10 to 17 degrees colder than usual because of something that happened with the dam. So I had that number 10 to 17 in my head, and I was thinking they meant 10 to 17 degrees is the actual temperature. Anyway, still pretty cold, but yeah, and they said it's supposed to be, you know, they've read, they didn't claim that it actually does have health benefits, but they said that there are some alleged health benefits of, you know, turning your yellow fat to brown fat, and helping your body's response to stress, and lots of other benefits. But I don't know, that's one of those things that would be a good bucket list thing. Anyway, so in my car, I don't want to hit these people next to me, but let's go to Goodwill. And I thought while I'm driving, I could tell you a little bit about myself. I am is the word quintessential right? Your quintessential, maybe not quintessential, maybe stereotypical is the word I want to use, even though I don't like that word very much. I am your stereotypical cat lady. Now, I learned, see, when I was like in, I think it was high school, I had this French teacher, and she was mean. She was like a grumpy old lady French teacher. And she was a cat lady, and I think I heard she had like 6 cats. And so, you know, it's one of those things you're like, oh, what a loser, you know, cat lady, lives alone, has a bunch of cats, you know. But then you become an adult and you become one of those cat ladies, and you're like, oh, I didn't plan on that, but you know, it's something that just suits you, you know. So how that happened with me was, you know, I've had pets growing up. I had fish and cats and rats and hamsters. I think that's all I've had growing up. So when I was finally an adult, settling down a little bit, going to college and stuff, and getting ready to finish college and move on, there was this stray cat walking around, and he was eating the breadcrumbs that my neighbor would throw out for the birds. So I started throwing him scrambled eggs out in the lawn, and one thing led to another, and I eventually decided to make him mine, but he had to be interviewed, and I will try to figure out how to throw that interview in here for you to make sure you understand what I mean by interviewed.
Hi, Oliver.
Hi.
What you doing in there?
Sleeping.
Is it comfy?
No. It's cold.
Do you want to live inside?
Yeah.
Okay, but first there are some rules.
Okay. What?
Do you promise to use a litter box?
Yes.
Will you get your rabies shot?
Yes.
And your leukemia shot?
Yeah.
FVRCP shot?
Yeah.
Will you get a microchip?
Yeah.
Okay, but there's one other thing you need to do. You need to get neutered.
Oh.
Well, the landlord won't let you live here unless you're neutered.
Oh. Fine.
So anyway, I took him in, and then so I started walking with him around the apartment complex. And I don't know why. I think it was just to keep an eye on him, but also let him have the freedom to not just be an indoor cat, but also to be able to walk around. I don't know. But it was cool. I think he got me. He was like, yeah, okay, I could dig this. You know, I just slowly walk around and let him sniff around the apartment complex. And so then after I graduated college, I moved up to Oregon. I was in Northern California in my hometown. Moved up to Oregon because my mom and her husband were up here, and I wanted to be near my mom. So moved up here, brought him with me, and started doing the walking thing in the neighborhood with him. Continued that with him. And so then I met this other stray cat, and she was pregnant. So took her with me on those walks, and him. So the two of us were walking, and then I moved into another place and got into this whole like, oh, here's some more stray cats, and got into this cat rescue group. And so I'd kind of, every time I found a stray cat or something, or a feral cat that needed to be fixed or homed, I would call them up, and I just kind of became a foster with this group. Just kind of fell into it because there's so many feral cats in the area. Yeah, I guess I'll go this way. So, okay, so I don't know if this happens with every rescue, but I'm sure it does, is that when you start taking in animals to get them fixed and work on getting them rehomed and stuff, you end up just kind of collecting these animals, and sometimes they don't get homed, or sometimes, I don't like this term, it just sounds bad, but we call it foster failures, where you're fostering these animals to be adopted by someone else, but you fall in love with them, so you end up keeping them yourself. So you failed at fostering because you ended up keeping them. Well, that happens a lot with us. And then you get a lot of the feral cats where you're trying to feed them to be able to lure them and trap them and get them fixed and then release them again. But then they kind of just stick around because you've been feeding them. So at least that was the story with me. So I ended up taking on some feral cats, just kind of taking them under my wing. And then I would, also have these other cats that were intended to be adopted out eventually, but either I just fell in love with them and kept them, or I'm kind of solitary, so I don't have a lot of people coming around my house all the time, so these cats would grow up around just me in a quiet environment, and they wouldn't acclimate very well. They wouldn't socialize very well with other humans, so I'd say, well, I guess I'll keep them because no one's going to want to adopt them. Anyway, you have your excuses, for keeping them or whatever. It's just, so I have a lot of cats. I have more than 6, I'll tell you that. And then right now I have a couple other fosters left, but I need to stop fostering because I just have so many cats. I can't, it's just getting to where it's just hard to keep the place clean. And it's getting expensive to continue feeding them and getting litter all the time. And so I think I just want to focus on more fundraising, because we really need more fundraising. But anyway, that's my long story. And that was actually probably a short version of my long story for having a lot of cats. But it's just, they each have their own personality, and if you've done animal rescue of some sort, you understand. Like right now I got this, she's still kind of a kitten. I think she's probably about 9 months or something, but she was trapped under, well, she wasn't trapped, but she was living under someone's house with some other kittens and their mama cat, who was very feral. And I spent days trying to trap them and get them. Long story short, I have her and her brother, and the other 2 siblings died because of flea anemia. They were probably, I think, at the time they were maybe 3 months old or something, and I knew that fleas could kill kittens because they suck all the blood up, but I didn't know that it could affect cats as old as 3 months old, because they're fairly big at that point. But it happens. Those fleas. I had just gotten the cats, and it's probably why it took so long to trap them, is because they were lethargic and they weren't coming out to play anymore. And so after like 2 days of having them in my spare bedroom, and I was just giving them some space to acclimate a little bit, I found one of them, and he was dead, and he had so many fleas hopping all over him because he was dead now, so there's hopping all over. It was just disgusting and sad. And the other one was, boy, this is becoming a really sad story, but this is the reality of animal rescue. The other one was breathing very, very heavily. He was on his last toes there, his last 9 lives, and I took him to the vet, and he didn't have any blood that they can suck up, draw from him to test him. So we just had to put him to sleep because he was suffering. Anyway, I've got the two. Got Mama fixed, returned her back to her homeland, and got the two kittens. So the whole point is personality. She is so cute because I know I've never had a cat where when she's like happy or something, the tip of her tail does this little wiggly thing. And it's just so fun to watch. And she loves to climb up on my lap and get her little face scrubbies. I could eat her up. She's so darling. So I'm gonna keep her because she is still, her and her brother are actually still, feral in the sense of being scared of people. So they just run and hide. So they're, not gonna be adoptable. So just add them to my collection. But that's another reason. It's just like I can't do this anymore because I just end up keeping a bunch of them. And I at some point you gotta say no. And anyway, they all just have their own personalities. And I come home every night and there's two of them sitting on the porch waiting for me to come home. And Nala, I love Nala. She lived with this lady who became homeless about a year and a half ago, I think. And so I took this cat in, and she's one of my favorites. She's just such a sweetheart. Okay, enough about cats. So, with this, getting back into selling on eBay and stuff, at first I would find all this great stuff at Goodwills and other thrift stores, just buy it all up and add to my collection of inventory and start listing it. And I just felt like, well, sales are slow, and yes, I need to get my top rated seller status up, but also just starting to get the feel or the sense of what's good to pick up and what's not. So there's lots of great stuff out there that has value, more value than that's being sold on at the thrift store, but you gotta wait for the right person to come along, and you gotta hold on to that stuff and store it somewhere in the meantime. So the stuff out there is great, and if I had a thrift store or a higher end thrift store, I guess, because you buy it from one thrift store and take it to another, kind of sounds weird, but then buy those. Yeah, that's great. Buy those things. Sorry, my throat's getting dry. But I just don't have that, so I feel like I'm starting to, I hope you can hear me, the rain's really starting to pound down now. I really started to say no to some things and kind of just reducing what I'm picking up and trying to pick up more things that are a little more likely to sell faster maybe, or I'm just starting to learn that there's a lot of great stuff out there, but you can't pick all of it up. And yeah, like I said before, I think getting in a routine of photographing on the weekends and listing at night, going to work during the day. But I'm also just trying to, I guess learn my niche. I think I'm going to open up a second eBay store that does just something specific, more niche-y, as I go through all of this random professional yard sailor kind of inventory that I have. So it's just been learning. I've been spending time learning about how to identify, keywords for like a quilt. I picked up an old quilt the other day, and so just trying to figure out what the exact pattern name would be and trying to figure out the age, just things like that. So just always constantly learning. There's lots of stuff out there to learn, and it's fun. So I've just been busy doing that, going to work, feeding cats, cleaning their litter boxes, and learning about all the great stuff that's out there to sell. Okay, so I've rambled enough. I'm probably about halfway to Goodwill. It's about 20 minutes away from home. So I think I'm going to just shut you down here and continue driving in this crazy weather. Okay, it's not crazy, but it's wet right now. Very wet. So I will turn you back on when we get to Goodwill. See you there. Alright, I guess I'll take this one. Got my reusable bag. Now, I'm still a little camera shy about talking in front of a store. I don't want to draw attention to myself. So check this out. Clearly it's a pig because it's got the pigtail and it's got little ears. But what the heck? I think something might be missing. Looks like some alien pig with a giant sucker face. Yeah, we're just gonna leave that guy there. So this is cute. Look at that sweet, what is that? I was gonna say peacock, but that's not peacock, and it's what, like a blue flamingo or something? I like the theme, it's very cute, but just not something I want to invest in. There's a good theme. I'm gonna be very picky, very picky about what I invest in. Oop, here's a, what? Is this a picture book? What is this? That is so cute. But I don't understand its purpose unless it's like a very unless it's for kids or something. Put him back. Again, being very careful about what I take home. That's really pretty. Want $20 for that? I'm eyeballing that plate, but no plates. Okay, so I could hear a lot of the music in this video, so I have to cut that out so YouTube doesn't trim it off or ding me. Anyway, so I was looking at these apples. They had a couple of actually nicer ones on the end cap that I looked at, but they're $10 each. Way too much for me to make a profit off it, but they're very nice, very heavy. Maybe it's an alabaster or some kind of stone, but I'll just leave those there for someone else. There's a cute little happy guy. And lots to look at, but I'm not seeing anything. Oh, this is kind of an interesting shape, but not really anything. Lots of great stuff, but nothing that I want to pick up for resale right now. I was curious what's in this Aflac box. Aflac. But not curious enough to put down the phone and use both my hands to open it. Now this is cute. Look at this guy. He looks shocked. He's like, oh, I'm surprised. There's nothing in my bowl. That's cute. Nice little hobby piece of a gecko, a hand-painted gecko. I probably would have picked it up if it was a more attractive design. Got this Mary and Jesus. He looks like a toddler there. $2. CFO. Still nothing. I gotta go through this whole aisle. Okay. Again, had to cut out the music, but I wanted to show you guys this fish. He looks, I don't know what his purpose is, but he's great. He's got these holes on the top, maybe to put, I don't know. You tell me what you think it's for. But he's kind of cute. He's got this shocked look on his face, and it's signed, but I couldn't read it. It was like Buchanan or something like that. Maybe it's a sponge holder, but his eyeballs in his mouth. Really cute. Maybe I should have picked that up, but I didn't. Okay, I keep finding turtle things, and it makes me think of Danny, the niche lady, because we know she's really into her turtles and tortoises. Thought about picking it up for her, but I think if I'm going to send her anything turtley, then I want it to be really cool. Anyway, so it took a while looking at this piece. I don't deal with antique or, antique glass, that kind of stuff. But I was curious because it looks like this would be that uranium glass that people like. And it was only $1 So I thought just for like a learning experience, I'm willing to pay $1 to take it home and figure out what it's worth. And here's another cute little turtle with a friend, a frog for a friend, but still not cool enough to send to Danny. So I'll leave that there for someone else who can appreciate these cute little guys. Okay, so take you with me down this aisle. Found a stack of these old coloring books. Thought they were interesting enough to take a look at. Pretty basic coloring, elementary coloring style. Looks like it belonged to Doug, and this boy's like, oh no, I dropped an egg. But let's see what the next one is. It's a Cars and Things That Go. Oh, the owner is Doug Body. Now we know his last name. Might have to look him up and let him know his old coloring books ended up in Goodwill. Maybe he would like those back. And then we've got Up, Down, and Around, a coloring book by Doug. Doesn't look like he did much coloring. Western Publishing Company. What else we got up here? Got Color with Crayons, Love, Peace, and War. Yep, not colored in again. And then the last one we got, Mary Mouse coloring book. And another turtley thing, turtle scrapbook album or photo album with that really cool vellum paper. I like that paper. But I thought about maybe getting that for Danny, but I don't know. You know, does she need a photo album? Who prints their photos anymore these days and put them in a book? Got some French flowers, stationery, note cards. Looks like the whole set, or at least most of the set, is still there. I like old vintage cards, but can't really see what's in there very well, but I'm getting the sense that there's nothing in there that's going to interest me much. Got an old calculator or a cheap one. Lots of notepads. All that office stuff down the shelves there I need to go through. And then on the other side, got lots of cool stuff to look at. There was actually another box of these all green tea lights. I picked those up because I'm sure I have things that need tea lights in them. So I can use that. Just lots of crafty things to look at. I've already got a couple of cross-stitch kits listed on both my sites, so I will wait. There's a lot of cool stuff, you know, but right now it's just not really worth my time to try to sell, pick up more of the stuff and sell more of it because I already have a lot of inventory. So I love these Looney Tunes candles, but Bugs Bunny was missing his ear. It's broken off. And yeah, I thought this guy was pretty cool. I thought it might be fun for Easter, so I was going to look up comps on him and see how well he might sell. Okay, so I'm doing okay right now, but every once in a while I have to go to the bathroom. And am I the only one that finds having to go to the restroom is just such a hassle? Because that's fun. You just want to keep shopping or doing whatever it is you're doing. You don't want to have to stop for basic human needs. That's the world I live in, folks. Jumbo chalk, that's fun. All right, so yeah, if you find having to go to the bathroom annoying too, please feel free to share and let me know. I'm not the only one out there that finds it a nuisance. Maybe that means I need to slow my roll a little bit. Learn to knit kit. But knit, isn't knitting more for like smaller fabrics? That looks like more like a crochet thing. Eraser Studio. It's a toy. It's back over here. Health insurance claim forms. Well, there we go. We could just fill out our own claims and mail them in somewhere. That's really pretty. I got shit to do. Oh, it's too bad it's by year. It's last year. That's the sad thing about calendars, is that they expire. And then you gotta throw it away. Even if you used it, you gotta throw it away. Stuff up there. Use my camera to be able to see what's up high. This is really heavy. What in the world? Oh, it's like a ceramic organizer, I guess. Disc gear. Push. Okay, I'm bored with it already. Can you hear me? Try not to talk too loud because I am self-conscious, but luckily there's not a lot of people here to hear me talk to the camera. Okay, I just wanted to show you something. Hewlett-Packard LaserJet. So I mean, I always walk by these things and I'm just like, meh, that's old. Nobody buys these anymore, but there's people out there that are looking for this stuff. I don't think I'm gonna bother with this kind. I don't want to, you know, I'm gonna take a picture and I'll look it up, but I don't want to get caught up in collecting just any little thing that'll sell. But I did pick up one recently for Apple Mac, like an old Apple, or not Mac, but an Apple toner cartridge. And I got it for like $5, and because the comps were good on it. Put it up. I had 0 views since I put it up. Okay, it wasn't like super long ago, but it was, you know, a couple weeks. And I was like, oh, great, you know, there's something else I invested in that's not going anywhere. And then 0 views, and then all of a sudden this morning, cha-ching, and I sold it. I sold it for, that's cute. I sold it for $40, and I believe that includes shipping. But hey, there's some good profit margin there. But, you know, it kind of made me nervous. I'm like, I don't want to hang on to things like this if people aren't going to buy it fast enough. So I'm willing to look it up and see if there are cartridges that people want. I like that, sorry. I'll look it up. So I'll look up this one here, but I am not super excited about it. But I do want to let other people know to keep that in mind. Don't bypass those kind of things, because there are people out there that are looking for discontinued cartridge toner cartridges for their laser prints and stuff. Beer tasting. Oh, you can rate, and it's half off. So it's 50 cents. But no, because that would be just a lot of work to sell a small item. I don't know. I'm getting not lazy, but I'm just getting like, oh, I don't want to get overwhelmed. I want to have fun with what I'm doing. I'm not feeling overwhelmed yet, but it is kind of like, okay, I've got a lot of, oh, that's fun. iPads, those little gel pineapple iPads. I'll go ahead and take a picture of that and look it up. Anyway, yeah, I'm not overwhelmed yet, but it's just getting to the point where I need to, you know, get more organized and more efficient with this business. I'm eyeballing that marble thing, wondering what it is. Huh. I don't know if it's magnetic or what, but I've lost interest. I suppose.
Thank you.
These big old carts like to take up a lot of space. Oh, a barometer. It's like a... Wait, which way does it go? Because the words go like that. Air guide.
Backup cashier, please.
Barometer,
Backup
thermometer,
cashier.
hygrometer. I'll think about that one. Okay, let's get that put back. Okay, here I am. I took my beanie off, so my hair's all like. So I would say that was a successful trip for me in the sense that I didn't walk away with a bunch of stuff, but I found a couple things that might be good. I found these little pears, fake little pears. I looked up comps on that. I paid $3 for these, and the comps looked like good margins. I found, this is for me, these flowers, because they look like ranunculus, and I really like ranunculus, if that's how you say it. So I don't like the vase that it's in, but it's easy to just pull out, and I'll put it in something better. It needs to be dusted off, but I really like those, so I bought those for myself. And then this is my first time. I'm not a big glass person, not really my thing. I'm trying to find my black light. I don't know if this is uranium, but it was only $1, and I'm like, well, it's tiny and it's worth trying. But I brought my black light with me, and people were like, yeah, it's glowing, and I'm like, yeah, but I mean, it's blue anyway, so is that really glowing? Is because it's uranium glass, or is that just the reflection of the blue light? But for 99 cents, I figure it's worth a try. You guys tell me what you think. I mean, it's got the classic green look to it for uranium glass, and I guess it's glowing. To me, that looks like it's reflecting, but I don't know. Tell me what you guys think, and I'm gonna ask around and look up more. But again, not really my thing to collect antique glass, but for 99 cents, it's a good learning experience. Let's see. And then I bought those green tea lights for myself. Oh, and then I didn't show you guys this. This reminds me of my childhood. These little, so I'm pretty sure this would be vintage. It says Torino on the back. But this is to hang your earrings on. And I think I used to have something like this when I was a kid. So I didn't even look it up. It was $5. That's a bit high, but it's a good sentimental piece, and it's a cat. So come on. So I mean, I'll see what comps are on it, see what I can sell it for. Otherwise, it's just a good, fun, vintage reminder of my childhood. So one of those other annoying habits that your body has every day that you have to stop and do is go eat. And I have a pretty bad habit of just drinking a mocha in the morning and going until my blood sugar drops and I feel like crap. I mean, I love food. I don't do it right at all. So it is, what time is it? I turn the car in here. It's 2 o'clock and I haven't eaten yet, but that's pretty typical for me. So I think there's a Wendy's across the street. I think I'm just going to run over there, grab a burger and some chili for later tonight. And I might run through, oh, my hair, you guys. I might run through St. Vinny's real quick too. So I will take you with me there. And then I got to get home and I got to work on these videos and I got to work on my lessons and clean the house a little bit. All right, so here we go. Okay, so I just picked up my food at Wendy's. Notice how there's all sunny and warm and blue skies. It's like a crazy backdrop there. Anyway, so funny thing, I was at, pulling out of Goodwill and backing up a little bit, but then I had to stop because there was a car behind me. And my brakes were really tight. And I was like, uh-oh, what's wrong? So, sorry. So I pulled forward again, parked the car, and I started Googling, like, what are signs of, why would my brakes suddenly be really tight? And it listed a couple reasons, but it didn't list the reason why my brakes were tight. And that's because I didn't turn the car on. I had it like, the accessories were turned on so I could, read the mileage or the temperature or something. I don't remember. Or the time. Yeah, I turned it on just so I could read the time on my car, but I didn't have my car on. So that's good because now I don't have to worry about my car needing to go to the dealer So I got my Wendy's through here. We don't have a Wendy's in my town, so if I'm here, it's kind of my go-to for burgers. So I have a question of the day. What is your first choice go-to place for like fast food burgers? Are you a Dairy Queen person, Jack in the Box, Carl's Jr., McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's? Me, it would be Wendy's because it's good. But I used to work at Wendy's. I've worked at Burger King and I've worked at Wendy's before. And Burger King, and just like McDonald's, I'm sure too, the patties come in frozen, and I suspect, I never thought to read the grade of the meat at Burger King, but I suspect that in McDonald's is probably a cheaper quality. But at Wendy's, their patties come in fresh. It's not frozen meat, and it says grade A on the box. And plus, I think they make really good chili. I will let you know, if you guys don't know this, that when it's like really busy and stuff, they'll start pre-cooking a lot of patties. And if those patties don't get sold and they kind of get, to the point of where you don't want to sell them anymore, they put them off to the side, and then they soak them overnight in water to draw out all the salt that they had put on the patties. And then the next day they will chop it up and they will put it in their made from scratch chili. So it's kind of like a recycled, burger patty, but it's not really gross at all because it's fresh meat, cooked, salted, didn't get sold. So they pull the salt out and they use it the next day in the chili. And the chili always runs out. Everybody loves their chili, I'm sure, because I like it. And I think, if I remember correctly, it was a really long time ago, I think they discard any chili that didn't get used by the end of the day. Here's my fry. Was sitting there the whole time. Anyway, so they make their chili from scratch. They have fresh meat, and I just really like them. The other place that I like out in this town is Chipotle, and I literally screamed and ran around the office when I found out the other day that we're going to get a Chipotle in my town. So yay! We don't have we have got a lot of, those cheap fast food burger joints, but we don't have Wendy's, and we don't have places that I think are good like Chipotle. So anyway, okay. Eating my food. I got my two things of chili for like dinner and lunch tomorrow. Got my burger for now. And gonna head over to St. Vinny's. So we'll see you there. See you around maybe someday. Bye. Got my lucky cart, and the reason why I know this is my lucky cart is because it was the only one there was. So here we go. Ooh la la. Some little lovers. Oh, I like that African sculpture. There's some fun stuff in here. Those are fun. $15. Not bad. Okay, white is 25% off, and yellow is 50% off. I like this store. They got a lot of space. They got a lot of nice furniture. I'm on the lookout for rugs. There was actually a rug I was thinking about getting at Goodwill, and I forgot to really sit down and give it some thought. So I have to think about that. Backtracking to all the crochet. I have a lot of crocheted afghans I need to get listed before I really start picking more up. I think people are catching on, the thrift stores are catching on that they're worth more than $6. This feels lightweight. It feels like it was, store-bought. What is that? Applique? Fabric, not a blanket. I did pick up this like 1960s, 1970s quilt top. It was like all polyester fabric. I learned all this when I when I was trying to list it the other day. I knew it was going to be half off on this particular day, so I came in to go get it. And this lady, I swear, I turned the corner and she was in front of me and she had it in her arms. And I was like, oh, I was so mad that she got it. But then she ended up leaving it and not getting it. So I picked it up, even though I felt like, it was $30. And I was like, I feel like that's still a little high, but you know, it was a learning experience. And I finally have it listed now. Oops, sorry guys. I'm still not good with the camera. I don't care for these things, but that just looks cool. And oh, that's fun. I do have a couple people, actually watchers, people watching it right now. It's kind of neat. So we'll see. I have it on a bidding system, auction system right now for $39. So at least hopefully if it sells, I can make my money back and get it out of the way and have a learning experience from that. But okay, I'm going to turn the camera off and I'll turn it on every once in a while for you guys. Okay, I'll try to take you with me on this aisle. That's, what was it, white yellow, I keep forgetting. This apples must be the fruit of the day. I'm looking at this. That's just so sweet. It's just plain because there's no color to it. It's a good price. Boy, it's 2003. I just think it's sweet, but it's also just plain. Oh, look at the piggy. Pig Game Hunter. One of a collection of 25. Huh. He's the hunter. I'm going to look that up. And then I found this cheese board. I had to figure out what it was because it looks like something's missing, and I guess it's the knife that goes with it. So I'm going to see if they happen to have that in the knife section. Okay. Looking. I see a cattail. Me and my cats. It's not like I want to collect a ton of cat stuff. Oh, it's like a tea fuser. But I'm just drawn to it. Lots of bear figurines. I'm not really into collecting the figurines. She's cute. It's like a little candle holder.
Oh, you know, we should look for a
Oh yeah, it's over in the doohickey section.
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
I knew they have them here.
This is cute, but what do you use it for? It's got a hole.
An iron. It took you that much. This is iron.
Don't make fun when you get older. It's going to happen to you too.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm not into the dolls either. There's just so many things you can, you can collect and sell, and you just got to figure out what you want to do. Because you can't do it all. You can, but I don't think that would be a lot of work. I mean, oh, this is curious. Look at that. That is so interesting. It's, I thought it was metal, but it's actually ceramic. Looks like it might be broken. In fact, yeah, it's got to be broken. That's too bad, because that is very different. A little creepy. So I'm curious I'm going to take a picture of that. I'm going to figure out what that is. It's just different. Okay, so let's get the details. Italy. Oh, that's just too bad that's broken. I would have, especially for $4, but then it's 25% off. No, it's not. See, I just can't remember what the colors are. Piggy, little piggy, feels resiny. No price. Country music buckle. Taiwan solid brass. Good music, man. That's kind of sweet. Only $1. But I'm just... Do I want to bother with that? See, I'm getting a lot pickier, which is good. Oh, look at this too. That's fun. They're small though. Small coasters. Very heavy. So the full set is there. I don't think I'm going to bother with this, even though it's a good price. That's cute little trinket dilly bobber. Let's go back up here to all the little figurines. I love rock and roll. It's got a nice string to it. Dance with me. Put another dime in the jukebox, baby. I don't know if you can hear that or not. It's probably better if you don't, because I don't want to get dinged by YouTube for copyright infractions. Oh, here's a tiki. Tikis are good, right? Oh, my runaway cart. It did this earlier to me. So I got a downward slope. I mean, it looks cheaply made. It's $3. So I could put a large candle in it. Do 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 do. Feels very lightweight. I got some good kind of dancey music. Do 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 do. All right, we're almost to the end of this. I'm probably gonna flip around and look at the other side. Oh, my car just ran away again. This is not plastic, it's metal. But I don't need any sconces right now. Okay, looking at the art way up high. Always trying to find the right kind of art. I'm also trying to go back to an aisle that I missed. Here's the aisle I missed because there's a lot of people in it, and we got right under the speaker, so I'm probably going to have to shut myself down so I don't get in trouble. That is so cute. Love birds. So white would be 25% off. That's 25% off. That's actually a good price, but I just don't want to do that one. Okay, so what I ended up getting at this store was just this one item, this mid-century modern or mid-century style cheese board. It was missing its knife, and I went through a bunch of their silverware they had, and I couldn't find the knife. So I did go online. I bought the knife that belongs to it as a replacement part from Etsy, and I paid with the shipping. I paid $12. And the board was on sale, so I got the board for $5. So I did invest $17 into this, which actually was too much. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to shine this thing up. I'm going to condition the wood and just try to make it gleam with beauty. And I may make it like a package deal with some matching invitation cards that I have and matching like martini glasses or something, and try to make it like a package deal, make it like a fun party thing. But I just couldn't resist this because I really love that style, so I wanted to buy it, and we'll see what we can do with it. Okay, so taking a look at some of the things that I did consider during my shopping trip, I found this 1973 Boy Scout Jamboree mug, but there were a lot of them listed on eBay, and only 2 have sold. This is an old darkroom photographer's timer. I thought that was pretty cool, and I think when it goes on half off in a couple of weeks, I might stop in and see if it's still there. I think it'd be worth it at that point. This is that really cool sculpture. It's called, well, it's by Adriano Colombo of Lo Scricchiolo Studios. Anyway, if it was in good condition, it might be a really good try to sell. They had 2 of these new in-box staplers. I thought I'd look up prices on those real quick to see if it's worth taking. $15, $10, not worth it. And then, of course, you always got to look up the Starbucks mugs. This one's actually really pretty, but I am trying to stay away from the mugs. And, of course, the other Starbucks mugs. I couldn't find any of these sold for quite some time. So I passed on those. I passed on all the stuff. Cute little soap dish, but would only get a few dollars for it. Got this vintage barometer, and if it was a cheaper price, I probably would have picked it up. And then you got the iPads, which are really cheap. So here's that toner cartridge. Possibility of getting $40 for it. So that might be worth it for somebody. Maybe I'll go back and get it. The vintage coloring books, no big names in it. The apples, yeah, $10 is what they're selling it for, and that's about what you can get for it on eBay. And then this was half off, so I would have got it for $5. I probably should have picked it up, but glasses are not really something I want to focus on. And then I saw a lot of these corkscrews during my trip, so I thought, let's just see what these are going for. Okay, anyway, that was just a real quick run through, and thank you so much for watching me for an hour and learning about me. Again, question of the day is, what is your go-to fast food restaurant burger joint? So leave a comment below and let me know. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing and liking this video. And I will see you next time on my next shopping trip video. Thank you. Bye-bye.